Hello everyone and welcome to this video where we'll be showing you how to set up Wix forms. At the end, you will be able to set up forms in any format you wish to have them on your Wix website. So stick around to the end so we can show you everything you need to know in doing this. Now, if you are in Wix for the first time, you will need to look over to the top right corner or right here in the center to click on Get Started. It is pretty easy to set up your Wix account after clicking on Get Started. You will be faced with this page where you have the option to click on Sign Up. When you click on Sign Up, you can use your email, put in the details such as your name, and put in your password which you will be creating for your Wix. Alternatively, you can log in or sign up using your Google account, your Facebook, or with Apple. However, we have the option to log in because we've already created our account. So after putting your email and password, you can click on Log In. So right away, here is our Wix dashboard, and at the top right area, you can see two options here. We're going to click on Create New Site. And while using Wix, you have two options. You can either start your website using AI, or you could start from scratch without AI. We're going to go ahead and set up without the chat. And right here, you're going to have to state what type of website you'd like to create. So we have some options right here. We're going to click on Restaurant, choose Family Restaurant, click on Continue, and now it's preparing our dashboard. Going to give it a few seconds and it will load up for you. So during the setup process, you will have this page. You can go ahead and put in some information, but we're going to close it now because we just want to show you how you can create a form. The next thing you need to do is to go over to the left side panel where you have several options. We're interested in customers and leads, and when we hover over it, it's going to present these options. We have forms and submissions and exactly what we want to have. We're going to click on forms and submissions, and we'll have this option right here. Create any type of form, collect info, capture leads, and get paid with forms. And you can see some of the features right here, such as choose from a variety of templates, design your form to match your site's brand, add advanced fields like upload file and e-sign. And then lastly, you can see the option of manage submissions right on your dashboard. So without a waste of time, we're going to click on Create Form. So when we click on Create Form, you will be presented with two options, the standalone form and the website form. What's the difference? Well, with the standalone form, you can just create a form and share it anywhere as a link. If you're using the website form, you have to create a form in the editor of your website that will appear in your website. So we're going to start with the standalone form. And right here, you can see some options that you can pick from. Right? You can see the contact form, feedback, client info, application. So because we chose a restaurant, we might want to have some good feedback from our customers. We're going to click on feedback, click on get started. And right here, you have your customer feedback edit panel, right? So before we look into the center of this page, you can look over to the right. Now, at the top of the right area here, you can see add form fields, fields added, and you can see 6/10. And this is because we're using the free plan. And with the free plan, you can add up to 10 fields. Still on the right side, you have some contact fields, some basic fields, and other elements. All these options are to help you in creating a stylized form for your taste. Now, when we come over to the center here, which is the main area, we have the form title. The form title will be called Customer Feedback. Now, of course, if you want to add a tweak to your form, you can simply change it from Customer Feedback to Did you like our meal? So you can see also that this is a form description here. You need to give it a description so you can help your customers know exactly what they're expected to do with this form. So it says, we'd love to hear about your customer experience. Feel free to share suggestions, ideas, or anything that comes to mind. And we're fine with that for now because we're just trying to show you how you can make a form. So right here in this first field, you might want to have the first name of your client and you also have the last name. However, for feedback and perhaps to maintain anonymity, you might want to just have the first name because basically you're interested in their feedback and not necessarily who they are. And this also encourages your client to actually say what they feel in mind so you can improve in your services if there is a need. So we can simply go over here and click on the delete field. It looks like a dustbin and we're going to click on it. And now we've deleted the last name. Now, remember before we had 6/10 and because we deleted this field, we now have 5, which means we have an extra field which we could add if we want to. So here in the first name, the question will be your first name and the placeholder simply says, enter your first name. You can make this a required field by clicking on the checkbox required. And then over here in the email, you can actually make this required or not, but it's currently on required. It's really your choice. And the question is email, and they get to put their email. And this is the radio button field. Now, this is also required because this is where you get to have real feedback about the form that you're putting. So remember at the top, did you like our meal? And you have the question, how would you rate our services? So you have excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. And then they can actually choose which of the options they want. And then you also have the long answer with the question, describe your experience. Now it's a long answer because they could write as much as they want. You could also add a character limit to help you manage responses and keep them concise. So you have the placeholder and you can simply say enter text here. Then you also have the next field, which is long answer. And the question is, share any suggestions or ideas for improvement. So you have the placeholder. Once again, enter text here. Now, between these two options, you might want to have one of them required, so at least you get some feedback, right? And it's also important because sometimes you might have a field where only the name, the radio buttons, and the email is written, and then they forget to put in some real feedback. So this is required because if a person is trying to submit this form, it will bring up an error message where they will need to fill it indeed. And then at the bottom right here, you have the submit button text. So you can see send feedback, or you could simply say, let us know, right? So that button will be called the let us know. And once they simply click on it, they're basically saying, here, I'm ready to let you know. And then here you have your thank you message. Thanks for sharing your feedback with us. We'll take it into account as we always strive to improve, right? So this is what you need to do if you're trying to make this form. And after everything is done, you can come over here to save and you will have your form saved. Now, you also have the option to have a preview of your form after you've designed it. Then after everything is done, you could also click on share. And this is where you get to share the link of your form. Remember, you could always add these other contact fields by simply clicking on add. Now, when you hover over it, you can simply click on add here. Multi-checkbox add. So we're just going to show you an example of how it looks like if you want to add. Click on add and immediately you can see the checkbox. You also see the reading here. It's currently 6/10 because we just added 1. We're going to delete it because we're fine with what we have, and that's how you get to make your form. Now, when you create your form, you're going to see them here under your standalone forms. Now, if you're also creating website forms, you'll have them right here. Now, remember earlier when we clicked on create form, we had two options and we showed you how you can make a standalone form. Now, if you have your website and it's actually connected to a domain, you can use the website form to create forms. So when you click on website form, and now we're on our website to create a website form. Now we're going to click on navigate, go over to about. And then right here, this is the page where we want to add the form. So the first thing you need to do on your website is to get to the page where you need to add your form. Now on the left side panel, there are different options. You just need to hover over them and then you can see add apps. We're going to click on add apps and it's going to take you to the app market. Here you can search for apps here or here. So we're going to type for forms. So right here, we have different forms and you can see that some of them are paid plans and you need a premium service. So we're going to look for the one with a free plan. We have free plan available and we're going to click on it. And then you have the button add to site. We're going to click on it, click on agree and add. And right now it's just basically adding the form builder and payments. We're interested in the form builder, so it's going to load in a moment. So we just put it to the side and when we hover over here, you can see add a section. Clicking on add a section, you can bring your form right here. You can make this section longer by coming over here, and when you have this on your mouse, you can drag it to make it longer. Bring your form over here to have it right here. So when you're comfortable with the setting, you can click outside it, zoom in a little bit, and you can see your form. Now there are different things you can do to your form. You can click on it and click on settings. And the next thing you need to do is to follow the on-screen instructions on how you can put your form in place. You can see the template, the form, and you have the title and description. When you click on it, you can see my custom form and you can change it right here to let us know, right? So you can see we just changed it to let us know and it's currently in the center. If you want to take it to the right, you could put it right there or the left. You get the point. And it's currently still in the center and you can change different options right here. There is also the option for a description where you can put in any information that you want and it's going to be just beneath the name of the form. Click on done. And this basically helps us to see that we can create a form on our website. If you click on preview at the top right corner, you're going to see how it looks like as if it's live on our website. So you have let us know, and these other form fields are fields which you can change yourself, and you have your form on your website. We hope that at this point you can use Wix to create forms, whether it's standalone to share a link or you're using your Wix website to embed a form to have it on your web page.